You have a... Okay, I've been cleaning this fan out. Look, guys. I think that's a serious problem. I don't know how long I've been using this laptop, but I didn't realize just how dirty that gets. I think the fins are too tightly woven. I mean, that might cool more efficiently, but that clogs up. It clogs up, guys. I don't know what to tell you. And then this isn't very serviceable. This cover, like how do you take this cover off? I'm like, guys. Okay, I just like to keep my stuff clean and looking good, that's all I'm saying. For reals. No, I like the right to repair. I think it's been way overdue. And I think it's like just serviceability. I think we is awesome. I'm very excited for the Neo, guys. I am. I'm excited. I'm just as excited for the Neo as I was for Snapdragon to finally run Windows. That when there was Snapdragon CPU laptops that were running Windows, that was a couple years ago. I was so excited. And this is the equivalent. That A18, they ran that in the iPhone, and now it's in the Neo. I like the Neo. Please, Apple, make a smaller Neo. Do like a 10-inch one. Gosh, that would be so sweet. No, that was my dream. I'm sorry. It's been my dream for a long time. But no, just a fast. It doesn't have to be super fast, but I think what people don't realize is if you shrink the screen, you don't necessarily need a lot of RAM. No, I think some people, I'm slightly concerned. I think I'm still going to try this. I'm still going to test it out because realistically for homeschool stuff and maybe just you're talking to grandma, you're doing word processing, PowerPoint, your basic office stuff. Dude, that's beautiful. That's awesome. All right, guys. But yeah, I'm very excited. No, because I think it's breaking barriers, having cell phone processors, CPUs, and bringing them back into laptop or desktop applications. I think it's long overdue. I don't understand why this concept that a phone isn't a computer. A phone is a beautiful computer. It's been scaled to the point where it's so tightly I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, thank you guys. But yeah, I am excited. I want to see maybe I think it would be cool if there was maybe a Snapdragon A18 hybrid motherboard. That would be sweet. That would be my dream come true, Apple. Is if you could finally work together with Windows and you made a custom motherboard. No, this is gorgeous, guys. Whoever is designing these, I'm proud to be from. I'm not from Cupertino, Burlingame. Okay, shout out to Burlingame, but no, I'm close. Okay, it's within an hour drive. Okay, I'm just messing around. Thank you guys. Okay, look I spent a few minutes cleaning this side. Look, guys, come on, guys. No, but I love your products. Ever since, shout out to anyone who's running, I don't know where it is, my Macintosh 2VX. That's thing people don't realize. That was $2,500 in the 90s, bro. No, I'm just saying I'm so grateful for the Neo, guys. Seriously, you nailed it. $600, $599, in a time when when everything is getting more expensive, and you came in with something. I'm hoping that runs just your daily task, your daily driver, that daily driver. I think that's what's we've lost sight of that, and I thank you for getting back to that. It's just that thing that just can do like 80% of what you need to do really, really, really well. And then, for like those graphically intensive stuff and like the video editing, yeah, I mean, you're gonna need like either your desktop or like something, more powerful. But, and that's what I appreciate out of this. But like, the 16-inch, I mean, it's just big. It's hard to carry around. So I think that's where the Neo is gonna shine. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. I have to take a look at it. I have to like find somewhere, take a peek at it. Well, the other thing people don't realize is Apple has 0% financing. No, I appreciate that too. That was how I got my first cell phone. Was I bought it through Apple, my 13. So I think it's cool. I appreciate doing that better than going through a carrier. And I know like a lot of people maybe not necessarily don't have that option. But I definitely think that's the way to do it. Is just buy the phone from Apple and then get whatever cell service you want, And then when you travel too, I appreciate that as well. Being able to go to other countries and just, pop a SIM card for cell service. But I know there's a bunch of like companies that like do global cell services. So it's like all grouped together. So, all right, that's my 2 cents on the Neo. I'm excited. I love commenting on electronic, especially computer related. Shout out to Midnight BSD. I think that's what Apple, so beautiful about Apple. I think it is, right? BSD. I'm trying to refresh everything as Unix core. Okay, Unix, sorry, right? But anyways, I think that's where Snapdragon with, I forget what, DOS. What is Windows DOS? I forget, guys. I have to refresh my memory. But I guess I want it all. So I want it both on the same motherboard. Okay, sorry, my joke. I'm coming up with a joke. I'm going to do stand-up comedy at the Cupertino headquarters. Look, guys, because everything will be tech-related. Okay, guys? No, I'm just messing around. But that would be awesome. If Apple paid me to do stand-up comedy, I would be like, look, that's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing. But no, I'm working on this one joke for how come, because we're at this like bottleneck now, I feel like. And it's like, well, because the motherboard, we've embedded everything into the motherboard except for the fatherboard. So the fatherboard, I think, needs to be ever so slightly embedded, or even actually just be located somewhere near the motherboard. Thank you guys. I'm working on my jokes. I love you. I truly do. As someone who my first personal computer was a Macintosh. And I really do appreciate it. And the game that I remember on there was Indiana Jones. I forget which one it was, but it was awesome. That game was awesome. You had to put the CD in like a little carton. And I don't know if people remember that. Like, the CD drive in my Xbox is not what the original Macintosh 2VX CD drive was. You had to put the disc in this little container, and then you had to put that container in the computer. But I loved it. It was awesome. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna work on my jokes just in case I get to do my stand-up. Shout out to your headquarters. Like, I was like watching a video. It looks so cool. I hope I can visit. I'm going home for my birthday, and my wife is not the happiest because it's like everything is like the way I want to do it. I want to drive home. I want to probably visit the Apple headquarters. You know what I mean? Like, it's just silly tech stuff. But like growing up in the Bay Area, that's I think it's more like the Northern California vibe thing. Maybe that's how we're northern. In Ababwa, we have a north and we have a south. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.